Hello, can you hear me? Does it sound okay? Let me know. I'm 5 minutes late, but I wanted to make sure that my sound was good.
You can do it. Hold it. Now push that hard. Push that hard. You can do it. You see me? Hold that hard.
Hi, December. Can you hear me okay? Am I loud and clear? Awesome, thank you. I'll show you. I've got my mic on with my little wind protector because as like most Fridays, it's windy here. So, hey Arkansas Flamingo, thanks for popping in. It's a beautiful day in downtown Clearwater. It is probably 70, maybe going into the 60s. It's nice. We've got a good breeze. There's pizza.
Is Natalie live streaming this?
I don't know.
You were in there. You said you were going to play bingo with it or something?
I'm sorry?
You said she was going to play bingo with it or something, or what?
Another time, not this week.
Oh.
Hello, Abraham. How does everything sound with your keen ears? Does it sound okay? Hey, D Savage, good to see you too. I'm going to flip you guys around. You don't want to look at me, so I'm going to flip you around. Hello?
I don't know what's going on there.
Can anyone hear me? Let me know. Oh, yay, sound. Okay. Well, you're just not going to look at me. And we'll chat away. I don't know why I have so many problems with this microphone, but I do. So here we got a little guy who's curious. All right, I've got a. Erica, what do you think about this?
Bless his heart.
What do you think Erica, what do you think all this pink writing is?
It's the same pink writing as down
Exactly.
there. Yeah.
So that's.
I mean, it's some sort of surveying-ishness. Could be for cable or water or electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems awful coincidental, doesn't it?
Yeah. I need to look how far down it goes.
Yeah. Well, there is some kind of cable going on, but it just seems coincidental. Hello, Abraham. Can you hear me okay? My microphone says it's working.
Sounds like American Pie music.
I need a
Okay, good. We'll see how long this lasts. I'm like, Lord, have mercy. Thank you, December. D. Abraham.
Gaslight Alley too, by the way.
Oh, that's weird. It looks like he's looking straight.
They blocked up Gaslight Alley. Don't go through Gaslight Alley either. They so much faster, yeah. They blocked it up.
As a construction zone?
Yeah.
What? You mean the brick where Lisa McPherson?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who did the city or was it?
someone.
Here, babysit him.
Where's that?
Babysit him.
Oh, Dusty, I hear you. We're having the same issue. My husband's, on his last, he's on the ledge. Not looking, can't look. I mean, well, this is kind of weird.
Green light.
Green light.
Sir, you still at a green light. It's been there for over 30 seconds now. What are you doing?
Well, that's weird. This guy,
Nobody comes in it yet.
he's blocking traffic. Oh, now he's got his flashing lights on. Anything for the entitled. Anything for a parking spot. Oh, and there we got a couple going in for graduation. Lovely.
He made them miss the entire green light.
He's on the phone.
Yeah. Now, Erica gets arrested for standing in a place that wasn't posted that you weren't allowed to stand. And yet here we have somebody parked right in the middle of the road, stopping traffic. Oh, there is something something awry over here. This one, I hate to think, but he seems to be pulling a Lisa McPherson. I don't know what's the matter. He's having a problem. Maybe his car broke down?
No, that definitely ain't it. Because he was driving it earlier. It looks like he wants one of those parking spots.
No, I don't think he wants a parking spot. You wouldn't stop in the road like that if you had it, if you had your mind. I don't think he has any weapons.
No, he's not taking
He's got a nice car. All I can think of is that he has a broken down car.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think the poor guy is having car trouble. I'll go ask him.
She says I'm going to go.
I'll go ask him. Oh, somebody's coming to help him. Yeah, he might have run out of gas. What a god-awful place to run out of gas.
The other Scientologists.
Oh, he got it in the moment. He was probably on the phone with him.
Well, if that isn't entitled, I cannot tell you. He got his sunglasses, for God's sakes. Well, that is unbelievable. Could you imagine? The entitlement. Oh my God, and his buddy went into Scientology building. Get a look at this one. The nerve. Oh my Lord. Can you even imagine? Now that is somebody who just, Oh my gosh. The entitlement. You can't even imagine. I'm incensed. Could you imagine WTF for sure? I mean, yet the police are nowhere to be found. Not a cop in sight.
Mecca.
Oh God, help us. Unbelievable. Hmm? That was the most, and he was so smug about it. And his friend walked right into the Scientology building, right into the Fort Harrison. I mean, unbelievable.
Learn how many cars actually have broken horns. The amount of people who drive by and was like, my horn's broken.
You don't have a car, but honk.
Enjoy the concert. You going to the concert? Yeah.
Sorry, just as good.
Oh my gosh, I am so aggravated now. That really bothers me. That's like on rainy days when you go to a pizzeria to buy pizza and one person parks right in front where in a no parking zone and you have to, everybody else goes like, respectful citizens and parks in a regular parking spot. We all get wet and then they come out dry with their pizza dry and their car is in a no parking zone and they don't care. It bothers me. Can't help it. Jamie was off post.
Jamie, you lost him.
Hi, Mike. You're Mike, right?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Sandi, right?
Yeah, good to see you, Mike. Good to see you.
Oh, I want to go to my PSC. I pinned the mic.
Oh, that's right. You were here last.
Oh, Lord. I gotta get myself back in order. I'm gonna. Okay.
All right, Tom. Are you ready for this one? We only have 2 cars in this stoplight.
Well, here comes the enemy. Here comes the arrogant son of a gun who had to get his glasses. I do believe this is him. My. Forgot your glasses? That's him. Forgot his glasses. So there he is.
Oh, no, please, go ahead. Thank you.
Can you imagine? I mean, how rude is that? Now he's on his phone. There you go. Oops. Whoopsie daisy.
How are you? Thanks for coming out.
Like a full pavement.
You did? You're just visiting from out of town? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
You don't do
There's Sunglass Man. There he is. In all his glory. I asked him, did you forget your sunglasses?
Wait, where did
He's over there.
Another reason because
He just parked it.
parking anyway?
He, yes.
Oh my God, what an asshole.
Yeah. Oh, you're right, he did. No, that wasn't the sunglass guy. Okay, thank you, Abraham, for having my back.
Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, how are you? Lulu? Nice to meet you. That's Lulu. Okay, thank you. Get somebody beat up for no reason. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm all flustered. So what do you want to hear about first? Do you want to hear about the Fort Harrison Hotel? Or would you prefer to hear about the flag building? Both are very interesting and have some interesting history. So tell me what's your preference? Only when I have to use my eyes, Abraham. Whitney Mills. Yet here we are again. She deserved love.
With love, she would still be here.
Yeah. You want to learn about flag. Okay. Let me get myself situated. Let me get myself situated. All right. Oops. There is flag. Let me get my flag notes. All righty. This is the flag building. The building that took 15 years and millions of dollars and David Miscavige's very big ego to finish, for sure. Here's some things that he was, but he did give me a nod and a smile. The mistaken man for the sunglasses. I'm looking to see if I can. All right, so let's say they broke ground on this building in 1998. The flag building was constructed to meet or exceed Miami-Dade hurricane standards, which are among some of the strictest in the country. It's designed to withstand sustained winds of up to 130 to 150 miles an hour, and possibly higher with specific structural areas. The walls in this building and the flag building are reinforced concrete. Oh my God, can you imagine reinforced concrete? Many of which are over 12 inches thick, far beyond what's required for standard commercial construction in Florida. I guess that's so we can't hear the screams from inside. In the event of a natural disaster, it's one of the safest buildings in downtown Clearwater. Ironically, it's the one you're least likely to be allowed to walk into. You know, anybody who's an SP has got to sit on the porch and be blown with the wind. The building itself. We're going to have a break here for a moment. I think I found, Abraham, is that sunglass guy? Woo, listen to the Brinks truck. Oh, they were happy. Is that sunglass guy? I think that's sunglass guy. I think that's him. He's got his sunglasses on. Maybe it's not him. I don't know. But he had sunglasses on and a black jacket. He's already gone. All right, let's get back to the business at hand. Talking about the flag building. Yeah, he's probably long gone, Abraham. Some detective I am. Oh, I crack myself up. Okay, so we're talking about the flag building. Flag building opened to the public November 17th, 2013. It took 15 years. So that's a full 15 years after they started. Because of that, Clearwater fined them $413,500 for construction violations and delays. Can you imagine? Can you imagine having $413,500 to literally throw away because you couldn't meet your deadlines and construction violations, doing violations? But I guess when you have that kind of money, that's what you do. You're gonna love this, gang. The estimated cost for this building was over $145 million, though some estimates upwards of $200 million. That's all the construction, fixtures, furnishings, and finishing touches. Yeah, this was supposed to be Clearwater's comeback. Instead, it became a fortress of secrecy. At one point, locals here in Clearwater they dubbed it the idle morgue because it just sat there empty. It was eerie and unfinished for years, for 15 years. Oh, sorry. I'm leaning on a garbage can. This building also, it opened in 2013, November 17th, 2013. Hey, old Frizz. Hey, Fuzzy Pink. Yeah, this building is also a fortress in terms of security. There are CCTVs everywhere. Local protesters, have always, and journalists and everybody who comes by, always say that surveillance cameras surround the building nearly at every angle. So, smile. And how do we know this? Because I looked it up. And what I found was city permit filings for the flag building's construction. They referenced integrated surveillance infrastructure, including conduit pathways for dozens of wall-mounted security fixtures. On top of that, ex-members have described dedicated surveillance rooms where Sea Org members monitor live feeds. Everybody say hello to Osa. Give it a wave. Hi, Osa. Thanks for watching. They have guarded entrances, which we've seen the guards. Entry points are tightly controlled, as we've seen here and in LA. And the doors are locked and require badges or something to get in because they have a guard there. And many times, like in the Fort Harrison building, the guards are off-duty Clearwater police officers. And this is unconfirmed, but it's rumored by some ex-Sea Org members that there's report that they have facial recognition systems for internal member tracking. I mean, if it doesn't get any other creepier than that. And this is kind of astounding. Around the flag building alone, there is an estimated 120 to 160 plus cameras. Many of the cameras pivot, zoom, and are infrared capable. So that means they're recording 24/7, round the clock, and into the pitch dark at night. It's like if you sneeze across the street, someone inside flag knows what brand of tissue you sneezed into. Hello. Oh, just got the Xenu wise. That's the Brinks truck again. Funny you say that, old Frizz. I used to be a food and travel writer, and I loved it. But when COVID hit, I had to figure out something else to do. And so at that point, I became a private investigator. And I still write and do different things, but I do miss traveling. I would love to do that again. I'm going to go up north for the summer, leaving in May 1st. So I won't be out here on Friday nights then, but maybe I'll find other orgs to torment. Yeah, there's more cameras here than people. We should rename it the Mecca of Paranoia. Smile, folks. You're on 14 different angles from Scientology surveillance. If you're watching this live stream and wondering if Scientology is watching me, the answer is yes. And probably you too. Yeah, there's more guards, people guarding the doors than walking through them at this point. Oops. Sorry, gang. All right, what else can I tell you? Oh, this I found interesting because, I said I come here every week. I don't know all the information about this building. I mean, I've heard things over the years and I knew it was a fortress, but I don't remember the details, especially as the older I get, the less I remember. But several ex-members speculated that there may be underground tunnels that link the Flag Building to the Fort Harrison, Coachman Building, and other Scientology properties downtown. Well, this hasn't been confirmed. However, blueprints filed with the city show extensive underground utility access and service corridors or hallways. Because hallways is easier to say than corridors. So you wonder, is it a shelter, a hideout, a Dayton launch pad? Nobody really knows, and we probably never will know. So they do have emergency and disaster protocols. According to insiders, Flag has disaster drills, self-contained emergency supplies, and its own generator system, allowing operations to continue even though there's extended power outages, high winds, whatever. Some have even called it Sea Org. My accent gets in the way of a lot of words. Sea Org stronghold in the event of a societal collapse. Scientology doesn't just prepare for hurricanes, they're preparing for the end of the world as we know it. Rumored to be, but, plausible. You believe in volcanoes and, Target 2 and L. Ron Hubbard coming back. That's plausible. They say it's, you continually hear that Clearwater is the spiritual capital of Scientology. And this building here, it's the fortress where they keep the secrets locked up tighter than Fort Knox. So what do they do here? I always wonder, they take classes, they do this, they do that, and you see people coming in and, they're leaving with folders and you're like, what have they done? So I looked it up and it was fascinating. This building exists for one purpose, to deliver L. Ron Hubbard's mysterious superpower rundown, a course meant to restore 57 perceptics beyond the five senses. And you say, what are those 57 perceptics? Which I have no idea what a perceptic is. But anyway, they include awareness of blood circulation, compass direction, gravity, temperature and emotional states, even the perception of cellular functions, whatever that means. So, what do we find inside? What is the cause of all this stuff? What is it? You know, what is the goings on? You know, that what do you use? So this I found very interesting. There's a spinning chair used to distort time perception. Former high-ranking Scientologists like Mark Headley and others have publicly described a mechanized spinning chair designed to affect your perception of orientation, time, and motion. I don't know if you've read it, Mark Headley's book, Blown for Good. I loved it. I thought it was great. And if you listen on like Audible or, you know, one of those, you know, you can hear Mark tell the story, and it's really good. And he calls it a mix of NASA-style training and a theme park gone wrong. And then they have scent stations and machines, which is really funny since nobody was allowed to wear scent in the Sea Org. Not even like soap. You couldn't even have scented soap. So scent stations and machines that stimulate the perception of smell. There are actual smell stations used to train the perception of odors. Smelling different scents and identifying them is part of the drill. Oh, there's another one. Well, he's going. We'll probably see a guard in there. Oh, the door's open. There's the guard. Yep. Hello. That's sad. And then they have, I know, Frizz, isn't this nuts? It's spelled G-Y-R-O here in where I live, because we live near Tarpon Springs, and it's the Giro, capital of the area. So, but I think it's a gyro simulator is what this is supposed to be. A gyro simulator, and it enhances balance, it's supposed to anyway, enhance balance and orientation. Insiders describe devices like gyroscopes or balance simulators that spin or tilt, aiming to rehabilitate internal balance and spatial orientation. I mean, really? Like, you're going to pay tens of thousands of dollars for that? I mean, you know, I'm going to Busch Gardens and riding a roller coaster. It's a lot cheaper. The most infamous is the rumored time machine, where you're spun until you... Oh, hello.
Hi.
Enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Well, we got some more folks coming in. So this is funny. The rumored time machine, where you're spun until reality supposedly expands. These are intended to improve your sense of gravity, body position, and compass direction. The goal, according to the church, is to fine-tune your Thetan's ability to command the body. Oh, Lord. It's like NASA meets Willy Wonka, but everybody's paying thousands for the ride. That's crazy. The time machine rumor is actually partially true. It's the term time machine's not been officially confirmed, but it's a nickname given by ex-members to the spinning chair perceptive drill combo. Yeah, yeah, take your office chair and just spin for a while. Oh, Lord. That's funny, guys. In some versions, it said that participants are spun to disassociate from time and space, meant to achieve exteriorization, separating the Thetan from the body. I mean, honestly, we could make our own. You know what? I'm going to bring a spinning office chair next week to the protest. Oh my gosh, that's a brilliant idea, guy. Oh, this man left his socks at home. Oh, bless him. It says there's no schematics or documents ever surfaced with the term time machine on them, but it's widely reported as the internal nickname for this contraption, whatever it is. Multiple ex-Scientologists refer to this informally as the time perception machine and the spin drill from hell. So if you're like me and you want to learn more about it, like I mentioned, Mark Hidley's book, Blown for Good, has firsthand descriptions of the machines at the int base, and that's what he knew of flag. And then Lee Remini and in Scientology in the Aftermath, where Superpower is discussed by insiders. And also locally, Tampa Bay Times Truth Rundown series, which is excellent. If you have not read that, it's brilliant. And that includes discussion of the flag building and internal devices. And also Claire Headley has publicly spoken about running some of the early perceptic drills. And Tony Ortega's blog, The Underground Bunker, has numerous exposés and leaked photos of the perceptic stations. But I found it fascinating. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So the architecture of this building, it's luxurious marble, 10-foot statues, a chandelier bigger than your car, private dining rooms, VIP wings, and ultra-secure auditor rooms. No windows you can see into. Good luck catching anyone going in or out. Although I disagree with that because I see people going in all the time. I rarely see them coming out, but I see them going in. And there's several doors. There's, I'm standing at like the main, I think what we would know as the main entrance, but there's side entrances, and I see a lot of people going in there. I suspect they're going in for courses and rundowns and whatnot. Spinning in the chair. It's 6 stories of controlled access. Some say, we mentioned before the underground tunnels. We know that there's the bridge. You can see that over to the right of the screen, or the left maybe. If Clearwater was a chessboard, this is the queen. The city never stood a chance once they moved in because they have unlimited funds. I didn't know this either, but only the highest level Scientologists are allowed inside. It's also rumored that Tom Cruise and John Travolta both trained here, though that's never been confirmed. And we have seen John Travolta on many occasions driving by. And if you'll notice, in the last few weeks, there have been no John Travolta sightings. Why is that, you wonder? I wondered too, so I went and looked it up. He's in Mississippi, I believe it's Biloxi, and he is shooting a movie. So that's why we haven't seen him. In order to get access to this building and the Superpower rundown, you've got to donate. Don't you love that? You have got to donate hundreds of thousands, if not millions, to get to this point. I mean, that's outrageous. Anyway, getting into the Met Gala would be easier than getting into this building. I mean, I could think of many places that would be easier to get into than this building. So there you have it, folks. That's all my insider details for this week on this building. But I thought you might find that interesting because I really did. And I'm like, I am out here all the time. I sure as heck should learn what's going on. Well, we got somebody sneaking in from the other side. There she goes. Hello, ma'am. She's got her book, one of her Dianetics books. Oh, you know what? I lied. I have more to tell you about this building. Because I said, I said to myself, Sandi, what was in this building before? And I lived here before, and I couldn't remember what was here because, they bought so many buildings over the years. And I'm like, okay, what was here? So anyway, before Scientology took over this building or this property, and I'm sure there were many, many little buildings here, but it was previously home to the historic Grey Moss Inn. And that was constructed back in the early 20th century. The Grey Moss Inn was a prominent hotel at the time and served visitors coming to Clearwater for many years. The Grey Moss Inn originally opened as the Verona Inn way back. Turn on your way back machine. Hey, scrapbooker from Nebraska. We're talking about the flag building. Hey, Mama Opal. Hey, Skyfire. Abraham is an excellent ghost, so I'm sure he's welcoming everyone with open arms. So anyway, the Grey Moss Inn opened way back in the 1800s. And I think in 1926, it had been a prominent hotel, but in the 1980s, it had declined in status. Yeah, that was pretty old by then. It was 100 years old. But I guess they didn't keep up with it. Many rooms rented monthly to residents who couldn't afford better accommodations. So there's that. Anyway, there was a fire back, a pretty bad fire back in 1989, and it did over $100,000 in damages, and so it no longer was inhabitable. But the building remained vacant following the fire, and then in 1990, the Grey Moss Inn was sold for $1.65 million to a Los Angeles attorney, Bert Barbero. The sale was facilitated by State Representative Gerald S. Jerry Ream, who acted as the real estate agent. At the time, the property's tax assessment was $414,700. Don't tell me that wasn't an inside job. In 1991, the Church of Scientology acquired this property, and reports indicate that prior to the acquisition, the property had been purchased by a Terrence J. McCarthy, a local developer and president of Grey Moss Inc. McCarthy's involvement suggests a transitional ownership before the church's acquisition. Later, as we can see, the church demolished the Grey Moss Inn and built this building, to which nobody from the outside world will ever see. So now that's all I have for you on this building. And I see we have a couple of new protesters. There's Lulu, who we met, and I'm not sure who Parker and the other gent are, and there's Mike. He comes for the protest. Well, he actually comes for the pizza, but stays for the protest. And there's Erica. Oh, you're welcome, Skyfire. I'm always interested in, what was what before. Next, if you want to know, I'll tell you about the Fort Harrison while we're standing here. Let me get resituated. I'm sitting you on. You're currently sitting on the fence here, so. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, so we're We're currently under the... Well, they've got rat boxes. I just saw that. I'm not standing here. There's rat boxes. I'm moving on. I'll come up here and get a better view. But let me put my stuff in my bag. I'm going to sit you on the curb for just a second, folks, and then we're going to talk about the Fort Harrison.
Going to City Hall, we're going, looking around these streets. Which is fine, because the city's getting revenue. But they want to buy that, so now we're going to get less money. We're taking away a little bit of money that we get from the rate. Does it look like they need to? Well, you're going to put up more cameras? Is that what they're going to do? Because they don't have enough room yet, so it's ridiculous. They're doing everything they can to keep out protesters.
Right. But, I mean, look around. So, and the tax exempt status, that was one of the first things I learned when you first started getting it. I was like, what?
Okay, can you still hear me? Let me know. Oh, poor Mike over there. He is hacking away. All right, so we're going to come over here and we're going to look at the Fort Harrison. So, one thing about the Fort Harrison, I'm sure you know, and because I think I've mentioned this before, some of the Rolling Stones once stayed here, for those of my age. And I just picture Mick Jagger walking through the same marble halls, probably wondering where the party was. And remember,
Don't do it! Don't let him take you more!
so anyway,
Don't bring up your family!
oh,
Are you graduating this week? Hey, let them know there's a sidewalk, not a parking lot.
Enjoy the sauna.
Hold your breath!
Hey, this is a sidewalk out here, not a parking lot.
oh goodness gracious. Okay. So anyway, local lore says that Jim Morrison, the Doors, might have crashed here too, back when he was wandering Florida barefoot and full of poetry. And then, oh God, if these walls could talk, they'd probably ask, what the hell happened to all the fun? Imagine, I mean, so it goes to show you that, this hotel was once really, really active. The Fort Harrison, these days, it's sealed tight behind security guards and surveillance cameras and Scientology's spiritual fortress. But once upon a time, it was the beating heart of Clearwater. Back in 1926, this hotel opened as a luxury escape. Think roaring 20s, glamour, grand ballrooms, marble staircases, and Sunday brunches with champagne. I would have loved that. It was the place to see and be seen. Bob Hope stayed here. Oh, Lord. I'm going to have to back up because everybody's yelling too loud. I don't know if you can hear it, but anyway. So anyway, what else? Where was I? Oh, Bob Hope stayed here. So did Fred Astaire. Count Basie, who was a jazz star back in the day. He played in the ballroom. And rumors also have it that Lucille Ball, Clark Gable, and even Liberace passed through these doors or those doors in the Fort Harrison. So we'll stand here and we'll look at the door and we'll see who goes in. Um, a mysterious group back in the day. Let's see. And when I say back in the day, okay, so a mysterious group back in the day, which was 1975, they called themselves United Churches of Florida. Oh, look, they let their little boy off, and there he goes. Oh. Anyway, back in the day in 1975, it was called the United Churches of Florida. They purchased this hotel, and it was a flat-out lie. It was a complete and utter lie. The real buyer was the Church of Scientology. They used fake names and shell companies in an operation called Project Normandy. And the mission? To quietly take over Clearwater, and it started with this hotel. Needless to say, as is their style, they renovated it and they poured millions into it, but didn't reopen it to the public. No longer can the public go for brunch, you know. No ballroom dances, just locked doors and spiritual audits. The Fort Harrison became flag-based Scientology's international spiritual headquarters back then, a hotel you can't book. Let's see. I have to move. We're a PG channel, and there's a lot of F-bombing going on. So we'll just stand back over here. So anyway, back to my story. So yeah, you can't book this hotel, and you can't visit the church unless you're one of their, you buy a book and you take a personality test. Imagine that. You can't come to church unless we see if you're fit. Never heard of anything like that. This place Fort Harrison used to welcome legends, and today it's off limit to locals. And by that, I mean just everyday people like you and me. If you are a nonprofit who they want a safe point, and by safe pointing, that means giving them, they give them money to support their nonprofit. And so then they become friends of the church. And that was evident when I was at the city commission meeting 2 weeks ago. And there were 3 nonprofits there. And they obviously accept money because they say they partner with Scientology, which is, code word for, taking money. And yeah, so that's really who only gets to use this, is when they invite people like that, or they're, people from the nonprofit who have no idea what they're getting into, and they wine them and dine them and make them feel great. So that's, as far as locals go, that's who gets to go in. Unless you're really on the bridge to total freedom, you're not getting in. So ask yourself, if it's just a hotel, why can't you book a room? If it's a church, why all the secrecy and security guards? If it's all about freedom, why does it still feel like a fortress? And that's why I come out here, to remember what it was and ask hard questions about what it's become. because I watched this happen. I slowly saw Clearwater be taken over, and it was horrific. Anyway, so that was my stories about that. I have other stories about other buildings that, like the building that you see straight down there. I did some research on that building, and I did some research, and I knew about the Capitol Theater, which I thought you might enjoy hearing and seeing. Hey, Buttercup 49. Yeah, it's quite something. Maybe I'll take you for a walk and we'll go down to the Coachman building. That's really interesting.
Maybe I can work for that. Produce some videos for the cult, huh? Have like hidden messages, cryptic messages, you know.
You know how many times I'm like, I need a young person. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh no, it is. I'm always on
Oh no. Oh, you okay.
The ladies having issues. He's gone down the side. Oh, where's the door?
Actually, I'll tell you what.
Let's see how many people are in trouble. This is the time of night when there's like this bullshit happening. And everyone's starting to finding the door.
Who do they let in? Yeah, but how do they know? Do they have like...
Because they all know each other.
Oh,
They all
really?
know each other's faces.
Oh, so they actually know?
They see each other every day.
There's Jamie Castro and Farrell Sharrow.
They're like...
There's Erica.
Party on wheels.
Ouch. Oh. My hand is cramping. I smell some herb.
What is it that you're trying to go, Cheryl? Is that YouTube or
I'm on YouTube.
Oh, there you go.
Cheryl on the left.
Or she might.
Oh, you're the third person. Yeah, I was going to say earlier. I thought I smelled it.
Someone
It was not acceptable, whatever she was doing.
I'm taking a walk down the
All
corner.
right, you're putting this.
I saw Mike.
They couldn't wait until...
Okay, we're gonna go take a walk. Maybe we'll go down to see the Capitol by the time the sun sets. There's a concert downtown. Chicago, the band Chicago. Oh, we're gonna have to go this way, gang. So we're going rogue, just me and you guys. We'll take a walk down the corner. You know, when you think about it, it's so creepy that around every corner, you know, they're just pulling things out from under you. Oh, I should have brought my jacket. It's actually, we're getting a little chill in the air. Well, here's this little boy, I think, that was confronting everybody. You just never know. You know, God bless his soul. So I'm going to show you there's new signs since last month when Erica got arrested. And this building here is Scientology. You can tell by the flag. Insignia. Very windy today. It seems every Friday is very windy. And you know, they try to act like this building is owned by Scientology, but, you know, they put pictures of things. Oh, the Say No to Drugs, that's Narcanon. And then they throw in a spring training game, like they have something to do with that. Here's the Easter egg hunt. Been doing it since, on Easter Sunday, since 1993. Look how many people come, how many kids. Isn't that unbelievable? And then there's their Christmas village. That's all right down. This is a public park where they hold that. You'd think they would have enough property they could hold it on their own park, but nope. So that's where they hold it. And then we have a big 4th of July celebration, but they have nothing to do with that. There's a farmer's market downtown, where there used to be. Now I think it's down on the park. And then this is our beautiful pier on Clearwater Beach. The Wiseman building, restored in 2001, Starbucks. That's a Scientology building. And this here, we all know that, the Welcome Center. This is what the Welcome Center used to look like back in 1919. Now, this is what's inside. This is the lobby of the Scientology Information Center. Really, this is the only way we'll ever see it, because if they see me coming with a camera, they'll shut the door. And then this is what it looked like back in the day on Cleveland Street. You know, it was like a regular little downtown. Here's the Capitol Theater, which I'm going to take you by and we're going to chit-chat about. This building is the building we're standing in front of right now. It's had a complete restoration, a brick facade, and top to bottom in the interior. This is what it looked like back in 1916. is a grocery store. And Capitol Theater used to be a movie theater. Now this is something I didn't even know, that there was a Dunkin' Donuts down here. Now here is another beautiful green space and park that we're not allowed to go in. The general public basically can't go in it, but it's beautiful. So, and these are some of their other acquisitions. And then, of course, there's another vacant building. Now, let's look at, this is inside the Fort Harrison. You know, beautiful. The Crystal Ballroom. The back of the Fort Harrison. How beautiful is that? You know, and here's here's an overview. Now, remember those statues when I was telling you what went into this building? There's those statues. Guarding your Thetans. It's not I mean, the amount of money, it's so gaudy. Oh, here's the chapel for Sunday service, which we all know is a big fat lie. There is no such thing. Here's the Capitol Theater, way, way back. That's in 1943. Here's what the sound looks like now. That's the big amphitheater we have down on the waterfront. It's beautiful down there, just beautiful. And tonight, Chicago is playing there, the band. And then this is a young Jim Morrison. He came to downtown Clearwater all the time. And I think I mentioned in the past, I spent a day with his manager. I knew his wife. She's a comedian, Elaine Boozler, and so I was doing some PR for her, and she wanted a rest, and her husband said, I want to see some different things, and so we went to some museums and hung out. Then also the story I just told you about the Rolling Stones, so that was kind of cool. They were only here for the Rolling Stones were only here for 24 hours. They had a public appearance at Jack Russell Stadium, which used to be where the Philadelphia Phillies went for spring training. Oh, it says the Stones' appearance on the show back then brought about the first riot-like demonstration that has ever occurred at a local teenage show. Large groups of boys and girls converged on the Jack Tar Harrison Hotel. Converged on the Harrison Hotel where the boys were staying and entered every available entrance in their efforts to get to the musical stars. I didn't know that happened. Woody Herman was at the Fort Harrison Hotel before Scientology took it over. I guess that's supposed to be so. And we are home to the Clearwater Jazz Festival here, which is really awesome. Now, when I was telling you about different events, it was back in 1955. The Rotary was at the Fort Harrison. And I think that's what they try to continue to this day, having nonprofits there. And that's back in 1944. And then here's an overview of the downtown back in the 1940s. And of course, Phillies jersey, because this is where they come to play in the winter. That's 1890s golf. And here's, they do have a lot of nice things though, a lot of memorabilia. And here's the 20s through the 40s. So I guess they get a lot of this stuff from the Historical Society. Look at this though, gang. There is a plate from the old Fort Harrison. How pretty is that? It's from the 1920s. Look at this. Originally crafted by the International Silver Company, the creamer, mini coffee pot, and mini teapot were a typical service made for hotels, restaurants, and resorts in the United States in the 20s and 30s. They were crafted for the Fort Harrison and made of silver, nickel, and copper alloy. Well, that's very interesting. Well, surprisingly, the doors to the Welcome Center are closed. So I wonder what's with that. So let me, and then also it's blocked off to the Lisa McPherson brick, which is down here and on your right. So let's take a little break, and I'm going to tell you about the Clearwater Bank building. So that's the Clearwater Bank building, which currently serves as the Welcome Center. And it was once the Bank of Clearwater. And it's where locals came to, make deposits, apply for loans, take care of everyday business, what you would do at a bank. And today, it's something very different. It's now the Scientology Information Center. It's also known as their Welcome Center. It's part of the church's effort to soften its image, especially here in Clearwater, where their presence has been controversial for decades. And by decades, I mean since 1975. So do the math. Decades. And we saw the picture that we just passed. You step inside and you find polished exhibits and sleek video screens and a not so always friendly staff. I guess it just depends on who you are. And they're ready to introduce you to L. Ron Hubbard's teachings. And it's designed to look open, inviting, and even, lest we say normal, but, the smiles and the decor, if you really think about it, they can't fool you, because this building, it has a deeper history. It was one of the very first properties that Scientology quietly acquired during their Project Normandy. And that was back in the 1970s, the early 70s. And today it serves its main purpose, PR, public relations. It's Scientology's front porch. The friendly face of a much more secretive operation happening just down the block where we were. So, when they invite you in to learn more, we just hope people know that you're stepping in to the front office of a billion-dollar organization built on secrecy, control, and lots of, to this day, unanswered questions. Buttercup? Not so much. Not so much. So anyway, that's them. You would think on a concert night like this, they would be, coming. So we're going to walk down this way, and I'm going to share some information with you about the Capitol Theater, and hopefully we can catch a little bit of the sunset. and then we'll walk back to the protest. Now, I also want to show you something while we're waiting. Let me see if I can see it. Do you see this sign here? This is what I was ranting with, if any of you were on Aaron's channel earlier. I was ranting, there's one on each of the four corners here. Right across the street, you'll see, these just popped up yesterday. Coincidentally, they were only there since Erica got arrested. So what it means is you cannot stand, you can't walk through here. No cars come down this road, but you can't walk through here. And so there's that's been there, the crossing path. And we're going to go here and I'll show you exactly what they mean. No, so, I'm in the crosswalk and I'm walking, and those people over there, they're in the crosswalk and walking. But if I were to step off this curb and go here, where there are no cars, I would get arrested like Erica did. And now, to prove their point, the city whipped up these signs. And, I mean, look at how high up they are. Nobody's going to see them. And the way they have them facing, you can't see a thing. So it's like very haphazard how they, threw them together. So let's walk and talk. We're going to go this way. I'll probably get arrested because we're in the bike path and you're not supposed to be in the bike path. But I'll stick to... So the restaurants are hopping. The building here is owned by Scientology. However, the restaurants are not. But this is what happens on a really busy night and when there's a concert. And I would say probably close to 100% of these people are not Scientologists. And then over here, these buildings and the restaurants are owned by Scientology. So, and then of course, over there, I'm going to cross over so that I don't get in trouble, but there's Moses Megami's building where Tom Cruise lives. Top floor up there. This is like a 7-Eleven for Scientologists. They own it. Oh, they're moving soon. We'll have to go see where. Now this is the Capitol Theater. Let's see who's coming.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Where are we?
So,
We're able 10.
His wife was going to be first.
Oh, Craig Ferguson. He's and Colin Quinn. They're coming. So that is. Now, if we were to come, just say on next Friday night, and there's not a concert, we're not going to see a soul. Who else do we have coming? Night Ranger. Oh. Andy Grammer would have been nice. I would have enjoyed that. But yeah, this theater is owned by the city of Clearwater, and it is run by Ruth Eckerd Hall, or the people that run Ruth Eckerd Hall. So they really know what they're doing. And I can say that because I used to work for Ruth Eckerd Hall, and I loved it. So I'm gonna. Oh, they got those signs over here too, and it seems like nobody is paying attention. Oh, but it's a little too late for that, Abraham, because everybody knows the signs weren't there. But, you know, nice way to try to save yourselves. Yeah, they got signs now everywhere.
See how that works.
There, straight ahead, is the library. That's where I was for the meetings. I did video the meeting, like the people that were speaking, but quite frankly, you can get much better video, and I can make a clip from the commission meeting. Oh, look at this lady with a baby. She's walking right in the wrong spot. That's not good. That's against. And I'm jaywalking. Right. First, we're gonna go take a look at the sunset because I want you guys to be able to see it. And then we're gonna walk back. We're gonna walk back past. Excuse me.
Is it down there?
We'll walk back past the Capitol.
And the city wouldn't market. I can't remember if the city, the owner wouldn't sell it to them. So then they sent their people. There was like 20 pairs of them walking around in front. Yeah, not really harassing, but they were making their presence known.
So now we're in the midst of the concert traffic. It is a beautiful night for a concert here. Just gorgeous.
Marijuana. Legalize marijuana.
I mean, honestly, folks, I mean, is this not paradise or what? Hard to believe that Scientology stole this from us. And this, you know, and this is why we live here. There's the concert goers. It looks like it's going to be a full house. There is Tom Cruise's building, and those big windows. I'm sure it's his living room, and he gets to see this sunset every time he's in town, which I bet is rarely. We never, ever see anybody on those balconies. Just like Scientology buildings, nobody's ever out there. There's a few people in the lower things. You could see a couple of drapes open, but wouldn't you think you'd see somebody on a balcony to catch the sunset? Not here. Maybe one day we'll catch Tom Cruise, like, you know, what is it called when you, have a rope and you, like, scale down a building? I forget what it's called, but there's a word for it. So, anyway, back around to the sunset. Repelling, that's right, Skyfire. repelling. So yeah, that's all right. So we're gonna take a walk back, and we're gonna stand across, and I'm gonna tell you just a little bit about the Capitol Theater. In the meantime, just wave to Tom and his friends. Alrighty, let's see. Let me find. People are just everywhere. Oh my God, it's like another monsoon with this wind. I'm going to see if I can find myself a little bit of out of the wind. Alrighty, gang. So here we are at the Capitol Theater. I've got you guys sitting in a planter because it is so windy. I thought maybe I'd be able to, I wonder if I should go to the other side of the planter and maybe it'll be less wind. Anyway, the Capitol Theater is here on Cleveland Street, 405 Cleveland, and it opened originally back in March of 2021. And it was commissioned by the citrus magnate John Stansel Taylor. It quickly became the most lavish centerpiece for silent films. Who knew? Vaudeville shows and community events. With outstanding acoustics and a Robert Morton Wicks pipe organ, which they added in 1922, it was the early cultural hub in Cleveland. The theater became legendary in the mid-century in Clearwater with rumors of celebrity visits. It was renamed the Royalty Theater in 1981, but faced financial difficulties through the 1990s, bouncing between owners and near abandonment. Back in 2008, it was facing foreclosure, and the city of Clearwater purchased the theater and partnered with Ruth L. Hall, which I told you about on the way past, where I used to work, for an $11 million restoration. Original architecture was preserved and enhanced seating and led to its current name, which is the Nancy and David Bilheimer Capitol Theater, honoring their contributions to the Clearwater arts scene. Today, this theater is one of Clearwater's last independent cultural landmarks. It hosts concerts, comedy, community events, and more under Ruth Eckert Hall's management. And shout out to Bobby Rossi and the team over at Ruth Eckert Hall. He is, I believe his title now is Vice President of Entertainment He has been there for decades. He's amazing, and he has been involved in entertainment for decades. And shout out to him. Hey, Judy Lee. Want to know some fun facts that I found out when I was snooping about the Capitol Theater? Staff and performers have reported ghostly sightings, footsteps, and unexplained activity. The original 1922 pipe organ vanished, and it's rumored to still somewhere be in the area. Can you imagine? It just vanished. Some say there was a secret bar beneath the stage during the 1920s. That doesn't surprise me. Prohibition and everything. This building, the Capitol Theater, was one of Clearwater's first ever air-conditioned. Hello? It was one of the first ever air-conditioned buildings. It's also been known to have legendary drop-ins. Everyone from B.B. King to Kevin Costner. Yellowstone! Could you imagine? Oh my God, I'd have fallen over. Kevin Costner. If you haven't watched Yellowstone, you got to. He was great. I haven't watched it since he's not been on it, but he was great. And there's a balcony, and it has been the backdrop to many dates, kisses, and even proposals, marriage proposals.
I'm glad it brings up.
Brick by brick, workers found 1920s playbills and ticket stubs during the renovations. It's a rare, thriving, non-Scientology landmark in downtown Clearwater. I mean, and it isn't just a building, it's a century-old survivor. It has witnessed Clearwater's evolution and endured ownership changes, near demolition, and a city transformed. And through it all, it still remains a beacon of the arts, history, and community spirit, and thankfully not owned by Scientology. And thank you to the Billheimers and to Ruth Eggert Hall and the city of Clearwater back in the day for taking this over, because it really is amazing. And okay, let me make sure there's no bikes coming so that I can. Look at this. Look at all the people jaywalking and walking across, and they're in areas where they should. Oh, I better get off the sidewalk. Imagine that. Look. Imagine this. Let's just willy-nilly, and there is no recourse for that. Now, if he was Erica, he'd have been arrested. The restaurants are probably clearing out. Look at the sign, though. Doesn't that bring back, I mean, that's like so nostalgic. I'm going to take you back to, we're going to go back a different way. So, and this is where, on the right over here, is where the crew parks, and usually they don't have big trucks. Willie Nelson was down at the park, and his not an SUV, his motorhome was parked over here. But this is where you'll see them unload to do the, go backstage and everything. And this is the VIP entrance. So any VIPs would be coming in that way. These are all Scientology owned, a Scientology owned building over here. Enjoy the show.
What show is happening?
What is it? Oh gosh. Who did I say was playing?
Down at the park?
Yeah, a rock band.
Okay.
Chicago, that's who it is.
Chicago.
Yeah.
From Broadway?
No, not the Broadway show. The band Chicago from the 70s and 80s.
Oh, how fun. Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. That little girl was a Scientologist. Very sweet. So there's a lot more traffic than usual on this street. Usually all we see are flag vans and buses, because this leads right down to their other hotel motel. So I'm going to take you back. We're in the back side now. We're coming. There's flag over there. And we're having I think it's a pink moon tomorrow. I don't know if you can see it. Well, I can see it, but you can't see it on my phone. And tomorrow there'll be another moon. Hello.
Are you anti-Scientology?
I am.
Me too.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. But you just got to be careful because Tom Cruise, he's up there watching right now.
I know. I know exactly where he lives.
I know, and he knows exactly where you live because he's the ever-seeing Messiah. And he paid good money for it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, you guys going to the show?
Oh yeah.
Well, enjoy.
It's gonna be a Friday in the park. Wish
With-
it was the 4th of July.
Enjoy the show, guys.
You too. You can put that on video, by the way, too. That'll go viral.
Okay. Well, that was a nice little chat. And a little song he gave me. You guys probably couldn't hear it, but he sang Saturday in the Park. Lots of folk walking by. Now parking becomes a premium. I got down here early, thankfully. So. Yeah, you never see people walking by. Now, as we walk by the Scientology building, we're going to see a lot of cameras. Yeah, now it's like putting your life in your hands crossing the road because everybody's wanting to get to the show before it starts. I don't know if they have an opener. I would assume maybe. Did you know a lot of times for concerts like this, a comedian opens? These along here, one of these rooms, is where Lisa McPherson died, where she was neglected for 17 days. And when by neglected, I mean that's a very nice way to say she was tortured and abused. Oh, very secretive. Very pretty. Smells really good. Oh yes, Judy, everybody is well aware. I mean, unless somebody's never been here or never read about it, They might not know, but I would say anybody who lives here knows because we've lived with it for, decades. And it's been in newspapers. Oh, look, a secret gate. Oh, they're having a private event. Oh, look at that. Oh, lots of people. So, private event guests only means they don't want people, schlepping through. But this is one of their green areas. How beautiful is it? And nobody gets to enjoy it. Not a soul. Cameras everywhere. Because, God forbid somebody, any person, that says all Clearwater Police Department officials are authorized representatives to advise any person to leave these premises. Failure to vacate the premise after being so instructed could result in arrest for a trespass warning. Florida Statute 810.09. Well. That screams friendly, doesn't it? So, we'll take this little back alley. I'll hold you up. I don't know if you can see anything, but that's what you're seeing. Everything's a secret. Everything's a secret. Well, I'm glad I got my steps in tonight. Here's some more. This is said it was a private event, but I don't see anybody. More Scientology buildings ahead. After a while, you kind of get to recognize them all. They're all kind of got their stamp on it, plus a color theme. So here we are, we're back on Fort Harrison, and as you can see, look at the event is so private, nobody's here. So private, nobody's here. And yeah, this is one of these places that if you step into it, they'll call the police. Benches that nobody sits on. So we'll walk right in front of the Fort Harrison up, and then of course we have the off duties, because you know how that goes. Thank you for coming, Skyfire. We really, really appreciate it. And then Scientology After Dark always looks beautiful. There you can see bodies gliding through the bridge to total bankruptcy. There's the group over there. Yeah, they're blocking the sidewalk. We have a very little short space to walk through.
Beautiful choice in backpacks.
There's the door. And once again, doesn't it look like Alfred Hitchcock in the door?
Totally. It's totally Hitchcockian.
Yeah.
I wish they'd turn the shade on and off like they do in Los Angeles.
I know.
And then
That is so cool. I really like that window.
They're electrified.
and
Special.
so you can't see in the windows or anything. Good evening. Hello. Nobody says hello. 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 Nobody says hello. Anyway, that was our tour. So now I'm gonna cross the road, see who was all over there. Yeah, they're all going. Oh, there we go. Hello. Hello.
I was thinking maybe I'd got home. I've been out here for a while tonight.
Got my steps in.
Oh wow, where'd you go down to there?
I went down there. Also on the other side of the road, they have those signs, you know, by the concert venue, which nobody paid attention to.
Wow. Oh, on the other side.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a thing. But nobody, I'm like taking video and I'm like, nobody is paying it because nobody can see them. Yeah, the signs are on the other side of down the far end by the Capitol too. Those same signs.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Really pisses me off.
Yeah. I just did my historic tour for everybody.
So good.
But nobody, I have video, nobody paid attention to those. Everybody's just walking
Right,
through
right.
willy-nilly.
Right.
And there were no policemen, so I was a little concerned for their safety. But
Right. Given the signage.
yeah. And then there must be more than graduation today because they closed that park down over there.
Maybe they're setting up for something this weekend.
It says guests only, no trespassing. Or
Do they have any barriers?
no, just the sign. And people going in the back, that back gate.
Maybe because I don't know if they can anticipate, depending on the concert, how busy people are going to be. Maybe they just didn't want anybody passing through there for parking. You know, concert goers.
Oh, that could be. That could very well be.
This is a much bigger concert. I mean, they're not all the same, you know.
Oh,
Like Diana Ross did not pull in this many cars.
no.
Yeah.
Nut? You want some almonds?
Oh, I am chewing gum. I should go. I'm getting tired.
No, you should.
But you guys have been out here longer than me today.
No, you were here when I got here.
Well, they were out here. Somebody was out here. Are we checking spelling?
Truth is strange. Is this all I do? This is just all I do on Friday night. We're at her every Friday night. Hey, Julia.
Woo!
Monkey Ranch, thank you so much, Monkey Ranch. I appreciate it.
Jamie doing his artwork. How stunning, though. I mean, honestly. Huh? Hello. One thing I do notice is so many of the Scientologists who walk by us don't speak, well, they're not speaking in English. I'm sure they can speak English, but they're not. Looks like some people are in the hotel. There's a young mom with a couple little girls. That's sad. So sad. There they go. So sad. Imagine all the hundreds of millions of dollars for this building and it's empty. In that top corner up there, that perch, is David Miscavige's office. Let's see. Let's see what the chalkboard says. Lisa McPherson. She is near and dear to all of us, and one of the reasons that we come out on Fridays.
Oh, yes.
She deserved more. She certainly did. It was awful what they did to her. Is this your family?
It is.
Hi, I'm Sandy.
Hey, Sandy, Edward.
Nice to meet you, Edward. Hi, I'm Sandy.
Henry, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's so nice to see a family out here. Now, can I interview you guys?
Sure.
All right. Let me get.
I'm speaking for myself.
Oh, wait, yeah.
No, all of you.
Oh,
all
okay,
of you.
okay,
Well, I'm going to ask you. Now, this Lulu, right?
Yes.
And this is her family. That's Edward and
Henry.
Henry. And they're a family out here protesting. I mean, how awesome is that? So, Lulu, what brings your family out here?
Spring break.
So, what made you decide to protest rather than, hang out at the resort, that kind of thing?
Big fan of Aaron's channel and did a lot of digging into Scientology. I think this is a worthy cause. We obviously are a family and we don't want to be broken up, and we wouldn't want that for other families.
Oh, that's so nice. Now, what about you, Edward?
Yeah, more or less the same. I first became aware of Scientology. I guess I was always aware of it, but when I watched the Going Clear documentary, that really, really brought home, how poisonous an organization it is, and I'm trying to help in any way that I can out here.
Awesome. Now, Henry, you're a young man and
Yeah.
you're on your spring break.
Yes.
So, what would you rather be doing?
No, I mean, I'm here with my family, so I'm happy, and I'm also on break, so I'm happy. I had time at an amusement park earlier this week, so I'm not complaining, and I think like they talked about, it's a good cause, so I'm happy to be here. For me, it's dinner. I'll be coming downstairs. Mom's got something cooking on the stove, and I'll hear Aaron's YouTube channel going. So just things I've overheard in passing, very disturbing. Obviously not something that I'd want for other people. Scientology. Just even the basic surface level knowledge I have of it definitely gives you an uneasy feeling, because it's best described as a cult, I'd say. Yeah.
That's awesome. And what do you all think, of this? Everybody here Friday nights. When you saw that, what were your initial thoughts?
It's great. Sense of community, and good to know that there's other people on the same page, and hoping the best for the city. We don't live here, but I feel bad for the residents here that they can't enjoy their downtown.
Now, is Scientology in your hometown?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they have a presence. Absolutely. They're all over the place, but yeah, they absolutely do. But I think it's important, for people to come out and show that they're not intimidated, because they like to try to silence their critics through intimidation. So I think it's very important that people stand up to them.
Now, Henry, do you hear or, anything in school about Scientology? Do you know anybody? Does anybody ever talk about it?
Yeah, no, I mean, I only am pretty much aware of it because of our occasional trips to Florida and, its presence here and with my family and everything. But they do have a presence on social media, unfortunately. I feel like, while people don't talk about it at school, I think definitely my generation is at least aware of it. We've had people come and hunk past us that you look about my age. So, and that's good to see that they're just as staunchly opposed to it, because I feel like young people can be the most vulnerable sometimes, so, yeah, while I haven't seen it personally, at my school, I'd like to think that's a good thing. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you talking to me.
Thank you.
I mean, how great is this? A family. I mean, and, what are they teaching Henry but really good, stand up for himself kind of thing. I mean, that's awesome. So much appreciate it. Yeah, they're lovely. Yeah, here they stand out as a family, and then they watch all these families go in to the Fort Harrison. It's crazy. I'm Sandy.
Local. So she's going to come down and visit with us.
Yes.
Were you at the meeting? Like,
Yes.
oh, okay, I think I remember you.
Yes,
I
yes,
met you
yes,
for
I
like
remember
4
you.
seconds. I don't
So nice to see you.
Yeah. So she's feel like she might come out and hang out with us.
That's awesome.
Going through so much.
Oh, well, we'd love to have you out.
I didn't want to be on camera, but I don't care anymore.
Yeah. I kind of got to that real fast because there were so many cameras
Yeah.
everywhere.
Well, no, we're glad that you could join. Oh my God, that's awesome. And we're a good bunch. Everybody gets along, and
Watch the YouTubes.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's no drama in here.
yeah, no drama. We're all about, kindness and fun, and being thoughtful to each other.
Yeah.
During the summer, around the wreck,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Oh, it's just the same guy parked.
it's gonna be hot this summer.
yeah.
I think this is one of our last.
Oh, yeah. Well, everyone rushes in. Right? Everyone gets invited. So seeing now it gets quiet. Now it's all.
Hey, Journey 2020. Yeah, I'm going to be out of town. I'm leaving town on the 1st of May. And I won't be back for a few months.
Good for you. Where are you going?
I'm going up north. So, yeah, so I'm going up north. I'll miss Friday nights, but I figure I'll be in a few different states, so I'll try to hit up some protesting in different places. I'll tune in for sure, Yeah, maybe I can tune in and I can, go to different live streams and stuff like that. That'd be fun. Because I don't want to lose my place.
Right.
I don't want to be forgotten. Yeah, I don't want to.
Here somehow.
Yeah, I don't want to be forgotten. That is so nice about that family. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine a whole family comes out and they're passionate about it? So many nice people coming out. Yeah. We get a lot of people who come from on vacation. Yeah, good to see you. And we'll see you again soon, okay? Come back. All right. Yeah. All right, I'll see you next Friday. Well, gang, I think I'm going to close up shop and call it a night. And I thank to each of you. I'm going to call it a night too.
Oh, okay.
All right, good to see you.
See you.
So good night, everybody. Abraham, thank you for co-piloting. Much appreciated. And say good night to, good night, Tom. Good night, Dave. And we will see you next week, hopefully. Thanks again for everybody who popped in. Really appreciate it. Night, everybody.